A country of 100 million people, a rising middle class, and a cultural vibrancy that's impossible to ignore.
Various bits and bobs being sold.
It's a place where the past meets the future. And as an investor, I'm here to uncover the opportunities driving this transformation.
Lots of fun here on the motorbike.
In less than 40 years, the average income has grown sixfold in Vietnam. But behind these impressive numbers is a much larger story. Walk the streets and you'll see the prosperity in action, from traditional family shops embracing e-commerce to young tech entrepreneurs using some of the fastest internet to influence the future.
Mobile phone penetration's 130%. Oh, what fun. People are so friendly.
In this video, we'll delve into why Vietnam matters, not just as an economic powerhouse, but as a country with a profound history, a vibrant present, and a future that's brimming with promise. Let's explore the opportunities together and discover why Vietnam deserves a place on the radar of every global investor. As I plan for my trip, I'm reminded that Vietnam just represents 0.2% of the world's landmass, yet it sits at the crossroad of a dynamic region. To the north, it borders China, the world's most populous country. To the west, Laos and Cambodia. It connects to even more countries through its waterways, from Thailand through to the South China Sea, where the Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia are nearby. These waterways are vital for global trade, defense, and strategic importance. So the countries bordering or nearby Vietnam have a combined population of almost 2 billion people, amplifying its importance. As I made my way to Vietnam, I couldn't wait to meet two local entrepreneurs, Jin and Nico, my tour guides for this journey and doing my filming. They're storytellers with experiences and insights no book or website could ever capture.
I've arrived in Vietnam. It is 38 degrees. It is hot. People are everywhere, thriving energy. Really excited to get out and explore and see the opportunities. Let's go. We've just jumped in a Grab car. There are Grabs everywhere here. We've got Nico here on the camera. We've got Jin on the drone.
Just a few decades ago, this nation emerged from the shadows of war. Once reliant on subsistence agriculture, it has evolved into a diverse and thriving economy driven by manufacturing, technology, and a burgeoning services sector. Major reforms in the late 1980s opened the doors to free market policies, foreign investment, and global trade. These changes set the stage for decades of rapid economic growth, lifting millions out of poverty and creating a strong middle class.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is my mother.
Hello, I'm Jack.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
This is my family. You can
Exercise bike. Is this yours? Can we see? Can we have a go? This one.
Yeah.
Got the plasma television on the wall. Thank you for having us. Thank you. A bedroom in there. Cupboards. Oh, bathroom. Oh, kitchen. Here we go. Lots of cooking. Sweet potato. What's this? Energy drink. Is it? We have it in the fridge. What have we got in here? Lots of chili, fresh fruits, fresh foods. Portable stove, microwave. And most interesting.
This town is no more in Vietnam.
Really?
Yes.
It's great. How many people live here?
We have four.
Four?
People. Yeah. My father, my mother, and me.
Fantastic.
And my wife.
Oh,
My
great.
wife is to work. Yes.
Thank you for having us. Thank you very much. We've just seen Jin's house. We're going to have a look at others. You can see here, mostly boarded up, multiple generations living in one home. Hello! Cheers! Cheers! Hi! What's this one? That's definitely beer. Thank you. Bye-bye. I haven't drunk for 7 years. That few sips of beer.
With one of the fastest growing economies in Southeast Asia, there is a wave of consumer activity. Rising incomes mean rising aspirations. There is no better place to look than what food, drinks, and household products people are consuming as they become wealthier.
It's great to see the energy in Ho Chi Minh City. It is busy, it is thriving, people are living their lives, trying to grow their business, and the spending power is easy to see. Local delicacies, but food stores everywhere. Let's keep exploring. So we've got a lot of beer brands here, Tiger, Heineken. Let's go and see what brands are in here. Always interesting to see what's in a supermarket. San Remo, Western Produce, Kraft Heinz. Oh, we've got a lot of dairy products. Major product of Mondelez. More Oreos, obviously pretty popular here. We've got some more beer, different beer brands. PepsiCo, snacking companies, Lay's, cleaning products. Here we go, more beer. Vietnam is a beer drinking market. Incredibly visible. Now we've got soft drinks, hot country, they're popular too. Dishing material. Let's get back out there. Oh, interesting that behind the counter, washing materials, some of the most expensive items are behind the counter, so that's what's sought after. This is fun. It's 38 degrees. There have been more heat waves in Vietnam this year than in the last 40 years. Let's go.
The transformation isn't just economic, it's cultural and generational. Young, tech-savvy Vietnamese are now shaping industries, fostering innovation and connecting the country to global markets like never before. Cities like Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi hum with entrepreneurial energy, while rural areas see increasing access to education and infrastructure.
It is so hot here that it calls for a wardrobe change. So I always like to see how people spend their time. We've come to a gaming store in Vietnam. Let's go and explore and see what people are doing. Dozens of people in here, all with headphones on, playing various games. I suspect some of them against each other. Gaming's particularly popular in Southeast Asia. Vietnam's no different. You can see average age here, someone is probably 25. A range of games. People are drinking Coca-Cola, 7-Up. This is how people are spending their time on a public holiday during the middle of the day, playing video games. Let's go and see more. We've just got Nico's phone here, an iPhone. Interesting to see the family of apps he uses. No particular order. PayPal, Spotify, WhatsApp, Discord, TikTok. Do you post content, Nico? What are the most popular apps for you? Facebook?
Yes, Facebook.
Which was that one, Jin?
Zalo mobile in Vietnam.
Oh, okay. That's mobile. And Jin, you've got an HSBC, Citibank, and you've got an iPhone as well, Jin, as does the driver. So how long have you had an iPhone? How many years?
iPhone have in Vietnam about from iPhone 3.
3 years.
Yes, have in Vietnam. The first iPhone very expensive. Now the expensive, but Vietnam have many iPhone.
Many iPhones now, they're really popular. Yeah.
Very popular.
Samsung makes phones here.
Yes, Samsung in Vietnam. But Vietnam like iPhone more than Samsung.
Okay. Most interesting. Thanks,
in
Nico.
Vietnam many brand phone. Xiaomi, Oppo, iPhone, Samsung.
Xiaomi, Opel, Samsung. We're here at the Saigon Science and Technology Park, which ironically is probably the quietest part of Vietnam, but may have the biggest impact in determining Vietnam's future. Textiles used to be the largest export of Vietnam. It's now advanced technological equipment. Samsung, Apple, some of the largest technology businesses in the world manufacture and put together products in Vietnam. Here we can see a data center company driving cloud adoption. 70% of Vietnamese households have internet. The government have plans to grow that materially in the next 5 years. Mobile phone penetration's 130%. Looking at export numbers in Vietnam, with the US the largest recipient of exports, is a very good indicator as to what is happening to smartphone and other high-end technological manufacturing around the world, given how dominant this country is at producing those materials. And that will also have material impact on how the Vietnamese population and GDP per capita evolves. Will people have more money to spend on themselves and experiences, food, clothing, and luxury items?
Global leaders in fashion, cosmetics, and luxury goods have taken notice of the rise of the middle class in Vietnam, and they're trying to capture that spending power.
Crocs, one of the ultimate brand turnaround stories. That story's busy. People are wearing them. Geez, the Lego features are enormous. One of the largest private companies in the world, Lego. Phenomenal brand. We've got Elsa, Frozen. My daughter would love that. We got the sports brands, Jordan, Nike, Converse, New Balance. We saw the Adidas across the road, and people are buying it. I'd argue it's almost busier here than in Western markets. Let's keep going.
Transport is adaptive and dynamic, shaped by the country's unique rhythm, blending tradition with progress.
Scooting along with our driver here. Lots of fun. Grab and motorbikes have mobilised Vietnam in a big way. There are 650,000 motorbikes sold every quarter. Much cheaper than cars. Where there's an import tax, you can get on a Grab at any minute of the day. They're everywhere. People are very friendly. Hugely supportive for the gig economy and bringing incomes higher. We've seen a lot in Vietnam, and a lot of it on two wheels. A lot of fun and very efficient. Here we go. Hi, Nico. This is peak hour in Ho Chi Minh. Everyone's on them. Motorbike sales, unsurprisingly, have been growing very strongly. This is a bit of a sport here. Trying to cross a road. I want you to be able to see how manic it is. A city of 10 million people feels a lot busier than that now. Let's hope we get through. Hello, thank you. Very exciting. We've just been into Rolls-Royce, and this car in the window costs 1.1 million US dollars. An awfully large amount. In London, you can buy the same car for 400,000 US dollars. Import taxes on cars are 200%. It's one of the reasons you see mainly motorbikes on the road here. It's going to be very hard for people to buy cars, irrespective of their wealth, for the next couple of years with import taxes like that. This store is next to Cartier, it's next to Bulgari, it's opposite Chanel. This is the wealth of Ho Chi Minh City. They are selling, but it's in pockets and with the highest quality brands only.
Life expectancy has reached 75 years, while 90% of people now have health insurance. But the real story isn't in the numbers. It's the grandmother who can now afford medicine, the child who can dream bigger than their parents, and is connected to global entertainment, education, and experiences through a digital device.
We're on the way to the airport. It's been a fantastic few days. Let's recap on what we've seen and learn on the ground in Vietnam. I've made some great friends. I've been fortunate to eat in people's homes, have a look at their homes, have fun with them, do some karaoke at ports, don't ask, and see the consumer. Some people say to me, why travel? Just read an annual report. You don't get to meet and understand a population by sitting in front of a computer. You don't smell, you don't feel, you can't see the ambition, the hustle. I've been fortunate to see this in Vietnam and many other countries around the world, and when you can marry that with fundamental analysis, it can be very powerful in identifying opportunities. What are some key things I've learned on this trip? One, Vietnam is a proxy for global electronics and technology demand. As a major exporter to the US, a manufacturer of high-end technological equipment, smartphones, laptops, etc., it's important to watch the data here to get a read on what other companies may be doing listed in Western markets. Two, this middle-class consumer is going to be more and more powerful year on year, subject to electronic demand being strong. The next industry, largest for export, is apparel. There are 6,000 apparel stores employing 2 to 3 million people, and a significant share of exports. Companies like Nike, Adidas, Puma all produce here. All things being equal, should the global economy be okay, living standards in Vietnam will continue to accelerate and people will have more and more disposable income. We've seen benefits of that disposable income. If you look at the contrasting nature across housing in Ho Chi Minh, there are very advanced luxury apartments, swimming pools, highly sophisticated architecture. And at the other end of the spectrum, housing hasn't been updated for decades. As people become wealthier, I think housing will be a strong growth area, and property has been a strong performer here. An additional point is that when you look at big consumer products, you've got this mismatch between single operated stores in the towns versus hypermarkets and mega supermarkets. We showed you a lot of footage from local towns where you have a single product typically being sold. And on the other side, you might have a hypermarket, toothpaste, washing detergents, drinks, snacks, brands like Colgate, OREO, Lay's, Coca-Cola, Tiger Beer, Heineken, Red Bull, Monster Energy drink. These are all in the supermarkets.
That contrasts to the owner-operated stores, which have very few Western brands showing. If Vietnam follows many other markets, it's probable that these Western brands will increase share as disposable income increases. An additional point is around two specific categories, alcohol and luxury. Coming to alcohol, beer is a huge product of consumption in Vietnam. Heineken's business here, covering a range of its brands, I think it has 200 brands globally, accounts for around 1% of Vietnamese GDP when you consider the entire supply chain. Beer is part of everyday life. I've been offered beers multiple times on my trip here, no cost, people being friendly, giving them away from 10:30 a.m. onwards. The second subcategory is luxury. All the big names are here. Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Dior, Cartier, and the cosmetics, Estee Lauder, and more. Not only do they feature in big department stores, but they're on the street fronts of the wealthiest parts of the city. These brands clearly believe in the growth of the consumer and the aspirational nature that we've seen in many other countries before. I've loved my time in Vietnam. It's been an incredible privilege. We've had a ton of fun, thanks to my good friends Nico and Jin. We've seen the port, we've been to local factories, we've had fun with various people from all parts of the city. We've been on two-wheel motorbikes the entire time. We've sweltered in the 39-degree heat. I'm probably going to turn into a tomato in a couple of hours, but it's been a lot of fun. Vietnam is not a huge part of global equity markets, but that need not turn you off. Companies will be expanding here. They will see revenue growth, all things being equal, and this will continue to be a global barometer for technological investment, particularly as we see increased foreign direct investment to the detriment of other markets where foreign investors don't have the confidence. 100 million people, GDP of 500 billion, with almost 50% of the population forecast to be in the middle class by 2035. There is material growth here in Vietnam that can be played through Western companies selling products here. This creates opportunities. Please let us know where you'd like us to go next. We're going to be filming a lot of these research trips around the world. I think they're incredibly valuable, they're a lot of fun, and hopefully it helps you put the pieces of the puzzle together as well. What an exciting time to be alive.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Jin. Thank you, Vietnam. See you soon. I'm off.